I have to just wait for a second. Just a minute. It's not allowing me here. Okay, coming back to this. So the Vidyapati went and had this darshan of the deity of Nila Madhava, who was made of the stones, of, I mean, the Indra Nilamani, or a sapphire stone. So he went back to King Indradyumna and he told him about this wonderful deity, how just being with the deity and honoring the prasadam makes one liberated. And he gave him the garland from the deity of Nila Madhava, which was actually offered by the Devatas. At the time that Vidyapati was meeting Indradyumna back in his kingdom, a storm arose in the vicinity around the Niladri hill. And after the storm arose, it was completely inundated by dust and sand, and then it was covered by water. There's a huge outpour of rain. And a little while later, Vishwavasu, he tried to go back to the temple to see. This temple of Nila Mahadeva was actually not a big temple. He was actually a deity beneath a big banyan tree. So he tried to go there and he tried to see if his deity is all fine, etc., because he had his service to his deity. And he couldn't even find the deity. And he was very distraught. Not just him, the entire Shabara clan, the pig hunters clan, were very distraught. And so that was their level of devotion in one sense, that their profession was abominable in one sense, but they had deep devotion for Nila Madhav. So right from the beginning, the deity of Nila Madhav and what we're going to hear, the form of Jagannath, whom we see, is very special in that he doesn't consider the qualifications or disqualifications of people who come to him. He accepts everybody. So when Vishwavasu was searching for this deity form, suddenly a voice came about and said, I have disappeared and I'm not going to appear again in this form. I'm going to appear in a different form. And that's it. And then Vishwavasu was totally distraught. Now back in the kingdom of Malwa, where Vidyapati was speaking to King Indradyumna. King Indradyumna said, I think I should go to this place and visit this place. And it is not that I should go alone. I think I should go along with my entire population and we'll go and perform a 1000 Ashwamedha Yagna sacrifice in that place. This was Satya Yuga. People's expression of their love for the Supreme Lord was done through the medium of these sacrifices. Currently we are right now in Kali Yuga. 1000 Ashwamedha Yagna, each Ashwamedha Yagna takes many years. And if you just count it, we don't even live that long. So people had such a long lifespan and they used to perform these kind of Ashwamedha Yagnas. So that was his intention, to please the Supreme Lord in that way. And as soon as he said that, out of nowhere, Narada Muni appeared. Narada Muni appeared and said, it is wonderful that you are actually trying to do this Ashwamedha Yajna, and I'm very pleased with you. Right? So herein, in the mood of King Indradyumna, we find something which is very much relevant for the current day context. Indradyumna Maharaj heard that there is this nice place called Niladri Hill, where there is this deity of Nila Madhav, and he wanted to take his entire population and glorify that place. He also said, I want to build a grand temple there. You contrast it with modern conquerors, right from the medieval times until now. People want to establish their superiority by destroying the place and looting whatever is there in that place and taking it back with them. And here is a king who is bringing all his wealth and pouring it into that place. Why? Because there's a connection with the Supreme Lord. This in itself is something we all have to learn. It is not that if something nice exists, I should covet it. Rather, if there is something nice that exists in this world, let me enhance that nice thing in this world. It could be related to the Supreme Lord. It could be related to a nice quality of a person. It could be a nice facility which is meant for some elevated souls. Let us enhance what is there, not rob something of what is already present. Right? So with this mood of Indradyumna Maharaj was very much appreciated by Narada Muni, who personally came there, and he said, it's nice that you're talking about it. I will take you to this place and I will explain to you all the different places nearby and their significance. And Indradyumna was very happy. So as he passed through, they finally reached the Mahanadi river, which is there even today. And at that time, the king of Utkala, Orissa, he came and said, this entire place has been submerged. And when the entire place has been submerged by sand and water, etc., Indradyumna was distraught. So the Narada Muni saw that he was very distraught, and he said, you please don't worry. The Supreme Lord is Bhaktavatsala. He is controlled by the devotion of his devotees. I will explain everything to you in detail. Let's move ahead further. So they moved further, went to the place which is the Koti Linga Sthala. That is, there are 1,000 Shivalingas, a crore Shivalingas. And what is that? That is a place currently called as Bhuvaneshwar. And they offered their obeisances to Lord Shiva, who is usually the Kshetrapala, or the protector of the holy Dham of Lord Vishnu. Wherever you find a holy Dham of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, Lord Shiva usually comes to protect it. He likes to be in that mood of service. And after doing it further, when they came near the Niladri hill, they saw that the Lord they came to the same Akshayavata place, and the Supreme Lord's deity was not there. And again, he felt sad. He told Narada Muni, the king was very sad. He said, what mistake have I done that I am not able to get darshan of the Supreme Lord? Have I not taken care of the Brahmanas well? Have I really offended them? Have I not taken care of my guests? Have I been ever malicious towards somebody? Have I insulted anybody? And in each of these statements is something that we all have to learn, that we often treat guests as burden. We often think somebody is a Vaishnava, oh, a Brahmana is just living off of my largesse. I have money and he's just taking money and food from me. No, everybody has a particular function. The Supreme Lord appears to purify, appears in this world in one form, that is, he is present in the heart of all devotees, and he comes to purify us in the form of nice devotees, in the form of nice guests, and it is our fortune, not a duty. It is our good fortune to serve them. So when the king spoke these words, he also said, it seems like you already knew that Nila Madhava had left this place, but why did you tell this to me? I have brought all of these people here. What is happening here? And then Narada Muni said, my dear king, Utsahat Nishchayat Dhairyat. You should have Utsaha, you should have Nishchaya, you should have Dhairya. So those who require long-lasting benefits should have enthusiasm, they should have determination in what they are trying to do, and they should have a certain amount of detachment too. By this, the Supreme Lord will certainly manifest. And he said that I knew this had happened, but the time for Nila Madhava to disappear had come, and you will be an instrument for the appearance of the Lord in a new form. But prior to that, you had to first pray to Lord Narasimhadeva. There is a deity of Lord Narasimhadeva nearby. I would like you to first go there and pray to him, and then conduct your 1000 Ashwamedha Yajna, and then the Supreme Lord will manifest. So this is the deity of Narasimhadeva called as Yajna Narasimha. He's present even today just a little on the outskirts of Puri. Lakshmi Devi and Narasimhadeva are together. And on the right side is a picture of the temple where this deity is present. So outside, so just nearby, the king performs Ashwamedha sacrifices for 1,000 Ashwamedha sacrifices he performed. And as he was completing the last Ashwamedha sacrifice, it so happened that he had a dream the previous night before the completion. He had a dream of seeing Lord Vishnu in Shvetadvip in the spiritual realm, along with Mother Lakshmi, lying on Anantasesh. And he woke up. And when he woke up, the citizens, his citizens also, who had lived for such a long time, because it was Satya Yuga of those days, they went to the sea, the ocean. Puri is on the near the Bay of Bengal, is on the banks of the Bay of Bengal or on the shore of the Bay of Bengal. And they went to take a bath, and they saw logs of wood, 3 logs of wood coming. And these logs of wood had a fragrance which was otherworldly. So they came back to the king and told the king, hey, we are seeing these logs of wood and seems to be very different from what we have seen earlier. The fragrance is coming from a far distance itself. And then Narada Muni said, yes, my dear king, the Supreme Lord showed himself to you in your dream, and now he's coming as in the form of this wood. You would have to carve these deities out of this wood form and install this deity, right? So that is where we call him as Daru Brahmana. That Supreme Lord appeared in the form of wood here. What happened next after this? We'll continue with it tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.